Yeah, as you've seen there, that was Huey Lewis, and the News performing the Power of Love, really famous song back in 1985, which was first seen actually in July of 1985's film Back to the Future. And if you read the title, and of course, that was like a few minutes ago, so this started around 1834 at the most. 1836. So no, 1836 it started at. So if you see Back to the Future timeline as you've read in the title, okay. Some people find it a little bit confusing, so I've done this and I've put this out, and hopefully this is understandable. So here, the straight line with no weird dips like this here means it's the original timeline. So here, under this little, above this little line, it says 1985. Ignore all that stuff underneath it. We're not going through that. If you want, I can put my hand over there. Yeah. There's nothing after it, nothing else before it. It's just 1985. And Marty goes back to 1955 and creates an alternate 1955 of just being there, but he makes a first drastic change in 1955. 1955. Before I go any further, you're probably going, "Oh, why is this 1955A?" Actually, if you're actually doing proper timelines, it's actually at the start of the alternate timeline. You don't actually, for the first year in it, which is 1955 in this case, you don't actually use the letter A until at least a year after it. I know, it's weird. I don't know why, but it's weird. So it creates an alternate 1955, and then he travels back to 1985, but not this one, because you can't go back that way. You have to go back in time even further, which probably create another alternate timeline, maybe. 1955 travels back to 1985, but 1985A. And here we don't know that 2015 is possible, because we all know humanity could be dead before 2000. We don't know, so that's why we can only use that as an independent source. So 1985A, Doc travels to 2015 later, and he goes back, tells Marty and Jennifer to come with him, and what they, and this is the 2015 when his Marty's son is arrested, and her daughter's also arrested sometime in like a few weeks when she's trying to break him out of prison. But Doc and Marty prevents this by getting Griff's gang jailed. So therefore, the gang robbery can never take place. Creates this 2015A here. And I don't know, I'm sorry, this is a really weird misprint. I can't believe I've stupidly done this. But this is the part where one of the weird things happens, but I have to do this first. So, yeah. Oh no, that makes sense actually. So Doc goes back to 1955, from this 1955 here. As you can see, there's a different alteration timeline, so it's another alternate 1955. Here it's fine, you can do it now, because there was already an alternate 1955, but you have to call that one with an A. 1955 was a 1985B, and here is like 1985B, 2015B, which actually Biff should return to later, but actually he weirdly enough returns here. Maybe he's just lucky, maybe because this isn't usually possible, but it is possible. It's later, let's see that but I'll tell you about that later. And yeah, he goes back here. Then Marty and Doc get back into the time machine, go back to 1985B, here, not that one, here. And so they find out it's changed after around 30 minutes or so, maybe an hour actually, an hour or more. What they do, they go back to this 1955, creating another alternate 1955, and wherefore actually, weirdly enough, this 1955 is different, but this 1985 is the same. And there's a different 2015. Because we know that that is probably not going to happen. Therefore, this one's more likely to happen. If you remember, this we don't see Marty or Doc, anybody returning to 1985 at the end of the second film. But what we do know, you can remember right in the last minutes, between Doc is transported to 1885, they'll time travel to 1885, an alternate 1885 of course, which weirdly enough goes back to 1955B. I don't understand how this, since it goes back further than 1955, shouldn't we correct it to back up here. So this 1885, 1955B, then 1985 or 1955A, whatever one it is. Yeah, 1955B, then 1985, which it should be, but it doesn't matter. 1985A in this only 2015. And if you remember the short Doc Brown Save the World, which is, I'm only doing the 3 movies and this, I'm not doing the video games or the TV shows or the comics. Yeah, when Doc goes back, prevents some of the adventures that we saw in Back to the Future Part 2, which we saw here, maybe these two ones. We don't know that it's certain that's in these ones, but it must be in this one. So we don't know in these two that it's them. They probably are, or maybe they're different, or maybe they don't. And what I do, Doc goes back, prevents all these inventions, and therefore creates an alternate 2015. So yes, that's basically the Back to the Future timeline in a whole. If you've got anything that you just don't understand, just comment down below in the section down there. Don't forget to like of course, share and subscribe to Mr. Scarlo. My next video is going to be on the X-Men timeline, which I'm hopefully more betterly will actually get you to make sense of it if you don't understand it. So yeah, that's all folks, bye for now.